So I finally watched Killers of Killers. I didn't really know anything about this movie, if I'm being honest. I love the Predator franchise. It's one of the few big franchises that I really like. I can appreciate Freddy Krueger. I think some of his movies are pretty good, but I'm not a big fan. Chucky's a lot of fun. Scream's a lot of fun. Final Destination's a lot of fun. Predator is so much fun. So I finally watched it. It's been on my list for a few months. It was pretty fucking good, but I did not expect it to be an anthology film, which is, multiple different films together. We start off with this Viking one, where there's this woman who was forced to kill her own father as a child. So she is getting revenge on the whole other Viking clan. And she gets to kill all of them. In the end, it's a little bit anticlimactic. Her son kills the guy instead of her. Um, I will say I felt bad for all the side character Vikings here. I felt bad for a lot of the side characters in this movie, which I don't usually do. I felt bad when Predator comes in and kills them. And, starts fighting the Predator. I felt that this was going to go in the cliche way of she gets killed by the Predator escapes, and her son was going to get revenge on the Predator throughout the movie. Track him down, try and get revenge on him. But no, she ends up killing the Predator, and her son dies from its injuries, and then the segment's over. And then we go into this other one that's in Japan, I believe, and we have samurais, really fucking cool, the best one in the movie. I think both the first two are very strong. The third one I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think it's bad, but not a huge fan of. So in this one, it's two brothers that are competing for their grandfather's samurai outfit for some reason. I guess he's like passing it on to them. And, at first they don't want to fight, but then the other one attacks the other one and scars his cheek. And then years later, he decides to get revenge by scarring his cheek. There is no dialogue throughout most of this one, but it's so good. I like when movies are able to make a good movie with, no dialogue. Quiet Place is a great example of that. There's only some dialogue in that movie. Anyways, so he tries to get revenge. He presumably kills his brother, but he doesn't actually die. They work together to fight to the Predator. Unfortunately, his brother dies from his wounds. Really good segment. The third and final one is this guy that he's trying to build a plane because he wants to be a pilot. That's just like not as cool as Vikings and Samurai. And he's supposed to be a more comedic one. He makes a lot of jokes. And that just kind of feels tonally off after the first two. If he was the opening one and then the next two changed, I feel like that would have been better. But he's the third and final one. He's able to take down the Predator. There's some talented actors in here. There's a woman who plays his buddy Delgado for some reason, even though the character's a male. Nothing wrong with that, but I was very surprised when I looked at the cast that a woman was playing him. Then his mentor is played by the same guy that plays Kyle Reese in Terminator. And he does pretty good here. There were some others, but I don't really remember, honestly. I could check the cast, but honestly, I think those were the two that stood out the most. And, yeah, he defeats the Predator in the end, just like the other two segments, except now we realize that they're being captured. I do think maybe they showed it earlier, but, yeah, all the people that have killed these Predators have been captured, and now they're going to be forced to fight to death. It's only 3 people. I don't get why they would have this big stadium and make this big showcase out of 3 humans fighting. But that's just my opinion. So there's this big, giant, cool fucking looking Predator that I was so hoping they were going to fight, but they don't really fight him that much. They end up getting on a ship, but The Predators use this technology to pull on it. So the Viking girl sacrifices herself, and they are able to get away almost. Then the big predator is like, it's hunting time or something like that. And, he calls for a bunch of predators to get their ships, and a bunch of ships are in the sky now. Such a fucking awesome ending. And then it also, there's like a little bit of a post-credit scene. I believe it was a post-credit scene where they show a bunch of people that have also been captured by the predators. There's Arnold's character from Predator 1. There's the character from Predator 2, Danny Glover's character. I don't really remember. I didn't really like that movie. I've only seen it once. Same goes to the original Predator. Even though I loved it, I've only seen it once. Then there's also the Native American girl from Prey. And I believe that's it for characters from previous movies. I don't think they did anybody from the 2018 Predator. Or Predators, which was a really good movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I was pleasantly surprised. Predator Badlands is currently in theaters as of reviewing this, but I had watched this like a week ago. I might go and see it in theaters. I don't know, because I love the Predator franchise.